guys, welcome to another episode of RD Custom Diecast. We're going to do Wheel Swap Wednesday today. So we got a Hot Wheels McLaren F1 GTR we're going to be working on today. It's a nice little casting. I like this car. And the wheels I'm not too fond of on it. The silver metallic, I like that. The overall tempo scheme, it's pretty cool. I like it. Not real fond of the orange, but it's okay. So we're going to keep it the same. We may do a little paint on this, but not much. It's got headlights, already water slides for headlights, so that's going to be fine. I really just do not prefer the wheels that are on it, so we're going to take care of that today. Now we're going to take care of the tail lights on it because I do not like that they're not detailed out in any way. Everything else is detailed out pretty good. The interior we're not going to mess with, so we're going to go ahead and leave that the same. It's got the tinted windows, so you're not going to really see it anyway. And we're just going to go ahead and bust this apart. Let's go ahead and get these posts drilled. One of the easiest and best ways to customize these die casts is do a wheel swap, guys. You don't have to paint every vehicle. I'll do a little bit of detail work on this, but that's going to be about it. It's going to go on my display case, and this is how I want it. We're going to add those same red wheels to it, and it's going to be exactly the way I want to go ahead and display it. Okay guys, we got it busted apart here. As you can see, the black interior. We're not going to do anything with this. We could change out the steering wheel and all that, but we're not going to. It's got that tinted glass anyway. We're getting rid of that, just setting it to the side. That way I don't get any paint on it when I start painting the casting with the tail lights. Let's get all this set out of the way. Guys, we're almost at 250 subscribers. Thank you guys for everything that y'all done to get me there. We have a drawing, and I'll put a description of the video where you can go check that out. And we're going to use these Sam Ed wheels here. What do you guys think? I think they look pretty nice. I like the chrome rims. I think they'll go great with the color scheme on this particular casting. Let's go ahead and rip these axles out. Guys, if it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining. If you're coming back watching, thank you for coming back and checking this video out. Certainly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share it with your friends, and hit that notification icon. Now, to get entered in our 500 subscriber giveaway and get the details, please watch that video, but you do need to go ahead and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, it will not enter you in when I go ahead and pull in the information for our subscriber list. And we'll get these out of here, out with the old and with the new. Check that out. They're gonna look good in there, guys. Let's see if we can use these axles. We might be able to, we might not. If not, we'll just put new axles in. How about that? It's not quite like I want it, but let's see how the front's gonna fit. I don't know. We may go ahead and just cut this and put a new axle in. It's not quite where I want it. It'd be nice just to go ahead and use these to save some time, but I don't know. I'm pretty particular when every time I look at it, if I feel I took a shortcut, I'm going to be upset I didn't finish it the way I needed to finish it. So these front ones on. Take a look, see how everything looks. Little fit up real quick. I don't know, guys. I don't like it, so let's just pop these out. Go ahead and get some brass rod. And I use a K&S brand. It works pretty good. I've had good luck with it. Get it at the hobby shop, and you can get it at Hobby Lobby as well. If not, worst case, get it off Amazon. If I would have pulled out the brass rod, I wouldn't have needed it, so bear with me, guys. And I always save my axles that I cut out. And let me show y'all something about these posts. You got a short post here up front. It's not real short. I've had a post a lot shorter than that. Let me show you a tip real quick, guys. When you get these taps, they come a little long and tapered. You can take that taper off by just getting your Dremel with a abrasive wheel and grind it down, guys. What that'll do, it will give you more teeth, more bite. You can get it down further in those shorter posts. So I modify mine, as you can see here. I just take that abrasive wheel right there and just kind of grind it down. You can see the difference between the two. And what it's going to do, if you see here, just it will go down to the bottom and give you threads nearly all the way to the bottom. With this taper, it's not going to do that. You're going to lose a little bit, and it's going to bottom out before you get a whole lot of threads. And that's critical on these short posts. Now, you can glue them up if you wanted to. There's some other methods. Doing it this way is not the only way, and there's not necessarily a right way, but that's how I do it right there. So that's my little tech tip for Wednesday for you. And just grind it, just keep it flat. It still has a little bit of taper. I didn't put that taper. It's the factory taper. It's still on there. It's just got a very, very slight taper. And that's just going to help you get everything started and lined up. Much shorter though. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and get these axles off. I cut these axles right as long as I can, right off at the end there. I use them not only to measure, but if I need to go ahead and use these for axles, for let's say I'm putting axle tubes in, that will give me these for spares to go ahead and use for projects for that. So always hang on to them. We'll get set up here. Okay, we're going to use this brass rod. Just going to measure off of the factory axle, and I'll cut it a little bit long. And I may have to crimp it a couple times to get it to the right length. That's okay. It's not a big deal. I'd rather it be a little long and have to shorten it along the way than it be too short and have to start over. These crimpers work really good. I love these crimpers. They work great on brass. Again, guys, if I was going to be racing this particular Hot Wheel or something, I would not be putting brass. It's going to go in the display case. Brass bends easy, so if you're going to have something that's going to be heavily played with, or you're going to race, put axle tubes in it if you have to. Use music wire, or would be another option, or use the factory pins with the axle tubes. However you want to do it. But you could actually just make your axles out of music wire. That'd work too. It's just a little harder to crimp. You could do it with some fence pliers though. And I've done that. And I'll just line this up here. Give it a rough cut to length. Pretty simple, guys. Guys, we got like 4 things we're giving away to the winner for our 500 subscriber giveaway, so please go check out that video. That way you can see what's coming up, see what we're going to be giving away. Let's go ahead and do our test fit. See if we're going to need to shorten it anymore. And we might. I mean, we could get away with this at this width, but we may go ahead and shorten it just a little bit more. And guys, I'm going to glue these axles down. Probably put it on the alignment jig and glue everything down, and we'll bend these tabs over as we seat everything back, make sure everything's rolling right. But I just prefer to have these axles glued back down. Once you start messing with those plastic tabs, the integrity of them, they're not that great. And they can pop loose on you. Looking good there. And just gonna make sure we don't have any wheel rub anywhere. All right. And let's go ahead and crimp this in, get our next set of wheels on here. We'll measure it out, cut it to length, throw everything together, we'll be good to go. Well, almost had a party foul there. Hold up. Here we go. Helps if you put the tires on, right, guys? Just getting in a little bit of a hurry. And I've crimped them down before, guys. It happens. Alright, let's see here. Everything's spinning good. We'll go ahead and bend these tabs over the best we can. Then we'll get everything lined up on that jig. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get this on the actual alignment jig. And if I hold my thumb on the axle, that will not happen. Give me a second, guys. If the tabs are pretty tight, you don't have to hold your thumb on that axle. For good measure, you really should anyway. We'll get this lined out. And if your rubber bands are too thick, if you got an alignment jig, you can always go down to thinner rubber bands. Sometimes that helps. And we've even made little hooks that you can put at the ends of rubber bands, and they work pretty good as well. You just got to be careful with anything metal. Make sure you don't poke yourself. And I'm just going to get everything lined up here. You want everything spaced even. And when you start putting your glue on, just don't go too close to the edge. I use a medium viscosity glue, and when I hit it with the accelerator, it does spread a little, but it doesn't spread as much as the thin. The thin will get out there and it will freeze down your wheels. Now that's one reason the have these spaced out, get the rubber bands in between the base and the inside of that wheel, the little wheel hub, and that'll kind of help you prevent from getting glue in that area, and your wheels won't accidentally get froze up. Put some in the middle, and I'll go out a little bit and for the middle towards the wheels, but I will not get close to the wheels at all. It's not going to take much to hold these down. We'll use a little accelerator to set these in just a second. Once you hit it with that accelerator, it's a done deal, guys. It's set up. You can go ahead and take your bands off and move on from there. You guys, I know it's got a sprayer. I don't spray easily. I just don't like to overspray from this accelerator. So I usually just take the cap off and just use the tube and apply it that way. So give me just a second, I'll show you how to do that. Add just a little bit more glue here. So got that done, and as you can see here, this is how I apply that accelerator. It's really simple. Guys, if you want to spray it on, you can just spray your accelerator on if you use accelerator. That's just my preference. Alright guys, I think we're good to go ahead and take these tensioning bands off. Just kind of eyeball everything, check everything, make sure nothing got stuck. It doesn't look like it. Alright guys, everything looks good. Everything came off clean. Alright, everything's rolling good. Let's go ahead and finish this base up. We need to go ahead and drill this. I should have finished drilling it a while ago when I was showing you about the taps, but got ahead of myself, and I should have went in and done this then. Alright. Let me center punch this real quick. Okay, got that done. And I'm going to add a little bit of gun oil with this needle oiler, and that's just going to help save wear and tear on your tap, and it cuts the threads a lot easier. Okay, and get it started and get this tapped out. Guys, again, if you don't want to put screws in, you can always glue these back together. But if you ever want to take it back apart, it's sure a lot easier to use these screws. So just clean your flutes from your tap after you get done with your tapping your post. Easy peasy. Alright. Let's kind of throw it together real quick. This I'm using the 256 screws. And guys, I usually use a washer with most of these wheel swaps and customs. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, and sometimes you got to leave it out. That way, let's say you drilled your post just a little too much, you might have to reach down there and have just that little extra clearance, so you may have to do without a washer every once in a while. You just got to be careful when you're drilling, guys. And that's how she's looking. Everything's rolling, spinning pretty good. I think we're good here. Now we got that done, let's go ahead and move on to painting the taillights. We'll do that real quick. Now I'm just going to use some testers enamel. This is the stoplight red. I really like that for taillights for the most part on a lot of the castings. Now if you're going over like a candy or something like this, it blends so close to it, you can't really see that you even painted the taillight. So I'd recommend a different shade of red. Depends on what you're painting. You're just going to have to try some stuff out. But on this silver metallic, it's going to look good. It's going to be fine. This is just going to be a really simple, just quick touch up on those taillights, and this wheel swap is going to be another one in the books. We'll get it in the display case. And we'll show you what it looks like on the rotisserie, guys, once we get done. Again, appreciate everything you guys do to help us get to this next milestone coming up for 500 subscribers. And this is the way she turned out, guys. I hope y'all like it. This is our first wheel swap Wednesday. More to come. I want to thank Pete over at Old Man Diecast and the other guys that are doing wheel swaps on Wednesdays. It's a great idea. Again, this wasn't my idea. And I appreciate everybody that's here. Again, subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you on the next one.